Dewey Dembella. Give me the power, I beg. This isn't over, you little shit. I'm not gonna spend the rest of my life as a plastic freak. Next time you're alone, you're mine.
Please. You have to get me out of here.
You're all going to die tonight.
They're not part of consciousness as we know it. They linger in a perpetual dream state, a nightmare from which they cannot wake. Inside the spectral light is salvation.
Honestly, thank God for a frosted blueberry Pop-Tart, because I need to return to like my my adolescent safety when ignorance was bliss, you know, because it's a spooky world we're living in.
So spooky.
So spooky, terrifyingly frightening. I think about my Pop-Tart. I gotta stop talking.
Yeah, get to your safe place.
See, that's nostalgic. That's good stuff. And you wonder who decided to put like sprinkles on these Pop-Tarts.
A genius.
A genius. Imagine there's just a plain white cream on top with no beautiful bright colorfulness.
Well, I didn't know until like 2 days ago when you told me that they apparently have.
Oh my god, unfrosted.
What kind of sick son of a bitch does that? Sadomasochist.
No, it's honestly. We talked about it. It just crazy when you like Pop-Tart serving size 400 calories. 350 of those calories come from the fucking frosting on top.
You guys can't get to 100 a Pop-Tart?
I know. But
take some calories out.
It was a good Pop-Tart, but as scary as that is, what's scarier? There's actually two things scary about this whole fangled pool thing. One, it's scary how bad the work has been. While the product's nice, the work has been terrible. And for anonymity, is this having another episode too? I can pronounce this word.
I can't pronounce it either, so you're on your own.
Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. For anonymity purposes, we'll call him Tank.
Nice.
And fucking dude, this pool.
Tank
I'll say that for the end. Tank the Tank is so bad. It's scary how long this is taking. You know, you have a pool. You break ground on something in April. You don't want it running through July. But what's even scarier than the terrible upkeep of this job, right? Most things have due dates. Not Tank.
He has loose ideas.
And he says, maybe we do it next week. And next week rolls around and he tells you, hey, you know what? Next week's looking pretty good.
I told you next week. Remember I said that last week? I said next week?
Yeah, but it's not like rollover weeks. It's just next week means the immediate following. You can't just pass it on to the next week. That's the crazy thing, man. Next week never comes. It's just always next week. But what's even scarier than that is apparently, I guess when they broke ground, you know, it's Jersey. There's limestone. There's sinkholes, right? There's a little bit of a setback. That's fine. But I guess they somehow glossed over, like, excavating some Indian burial grounds. Because suddenly the backyard is extremely haunted. And not like Casper the Friendly Ghost haunted. More like...
That'd be cool.
That'd be sick.
That'd be really fucking
Being friends
cool.
with some 9-year-old dead boy. That'd be awesome, right?
Dude, having a Casper around would be fucking awesome, actually.
But, just Pop-Tart, man.
Yeah,
Now I understand why Jerry Seinfeld made that dumb Netflix movie.
What's
Everyone
the
really
deal with
can.
Pop-Tarts?
Everyone can really relate to this stuff. But ignoring my chewing, Alex, how's your pool haunted? Well, you know what? I'll start from the beginning of the story, guys. I've lived in a lot of houses, right? And, you know, I've moved before. You know, we've all had our paranormal experiences, of course, right? The last house, for instance, we weren't moving very far. We weren't crossing state lines. We weren't even crossing county lines. We were crossing 309, right? So when we moved there, we were doing like little small trips, being runners ourselves, moving the boxes and whatnot. And I recall, first day of being there, going into the basement, and maybe the way the light catch something, we built the shelves up for the storage, and there's a little 6-inch gap at eye line between shelf to next shelf. And while walking, I just had a pair of eyes on me that just glided across effortlessly, following me across this long 16 feet of shelving between 4 layers of shelves, too. Eyes following me between all these layers of wood, all these boxes. And I see it, and I think, well, shit.
Did you pay attention the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I locked on from, let's say, 16 feet long. I locked on at 14 feet and then walked 14 feet with this thing looking at me. We're making eye contact. I'm thinking, must be like the dust and the light and something. And I'm thinking, let's just say this is a monster. I can't be seen as no bitch in the demonic underworld, right? So I can't just frighteningly, I gotta keep walking. I gotta turn this corner. Maybe I die.
Like a bear, you gotta be tough back.
I gotta bear down for midterms. And, I don't know what happened, but maybe I scared the ghost off with my confidence.
Yeah, you were too
I
intimidated.
walk down, I make that right turn. He's like, shit, this kid's not even scared, and zaps out of there, right? Goes fucks with some kid down the block. I'm like 17 when this happens, right? So I'm ready to throw down with this fucking ghost if I have to, but I get out there scot-free. And like I said, that was the first day moving in, right? That's usually what happens, okay? You think about like The Conjuring. Ron Livingston moves into the house. That dog freaks the fuck out immediately.
Yeah.
So when do you see golden retrievers freaking out? Never. So it's kind of weird that in this place, 3 years into living here, suddenly now it's haunted.
Yeah, never once has there been anything
Because my last paranormal experience in a new house, right? That should happen right away.
And you
Got my
scared that
feet
shit
wet.
away.
Uh-huh. This time it was a long con, much more scary, way more frightening.
I don't know if it's because I'm so scared that I'm exhausted now. I wasn't tired up until being scared, or that's maybe this ghost way of fucking weakening my senses so I can attack
Well,
me.
like I said, it has to be... It's definitely somewhat to the effect of... what is it called? The class Poltergeist. I was going to say, they're here.
No, that's a Patrice joke.
Yeah, that's true. Bye. No, remember the one, what is Amy Schumer's dumb knockoff version? It's the Houdini or whatever,
Yeah,
and you're just like, oh, that's clever.
Houdini.
Boys, guys, what a dumb bitch. But as scary as Amy Schumer is, on one level down beneath that is how scary this
This actually wasn't as scary when you compare it to it.
Comparatively, it's nothing, right? But that's kind of always the case. That's when people say, like, hey, be appreciative for what you have, when really that's kind of minimizing and diminishes you. Because, like, listen, I understand that someone somewhere has it worse than me, but let me be pissed about my current situation, please.
And fuck you for insinuating
Fuck you for insinuating otherwise, all right? Let me be me, for goddamn sake. Like this fucking ghost needs to understand, poltergeisting, again, some sort of thing happened where these people, right, these day workers, they came here, they opened up ground, they built a pool, they must have done some voodoo magic juju.
They did
That's
disappear for 3
scary.
weeks.
They did. Probably fucking went, like, down to, honestly, remember in Vampires, John Carpenter's Vampires? When, like, that priest and shit, and they all go there, and there's, like, a human sacrifice, and, like, there's the whole vampiric cult, right? Something like that. And some real freaky thing, too, where, like, not only did they sacrifice someone, but when they did it, like, the whole demonic, what if their veins pop out of their arms and, like, attached to the ground, they're just stuck there, right? All that very, very spooky stuff. They came back here, they did some curse, because, the backyard's always been scary, right?
Yeah.
It's always been, you look at it and you think, is there a Wendigo back there?
Every time I'm out
Am
there.
I going to die? Every time you take a nice... It's interesting. You have two... Mother Nature's a cruel bitch, right? She may be green, but boy, can she have a little bit of red in her. And you get summertime, where everything's so lush and filled in that it's like, I can't see anything, I'm vulnerable. Or you get the dead of winter, you think, surely that's your reprieve from the scariness. No, because then it's a desolate, isolated wasteland of just bark. And so, for a fact someone's standing behind one of those trees ready to pounce.
You said the Wendigo thing before. Whenever I go out there at Maya, I always take the light and flash it towards the chimney, and I'm always half expecting a Wendigo to be up there
To
to
be
jump
perched.
on me. Yep.
Yeah, perched and ready to
fucking
pounce.
terrifying.
I know. It's either because you have that in the back of your head. You also think, and I don't do myself favors. I like to take out the trash in the middle of the night with, I like to toy with myself a little bit, give myself a little tease, a little slap to it, little. And I like to, play the Exorcist theme or play the Friday the 13th theme, and they make it even spookier for myself, right? I like to dance with fire. But then you get the thought, well, shit, Jesus Christ, wouldn't this be like, what are all the slashers about? Being meta. Wouldn't it be pretty meta if I put on the Jason song and then I die by Jason?
Yeah.
Even more meta if I die by Freddy, he looks at the camera, winks, says, wrong music, bitch. Good options. So you go out there, it's already scary enough, but this pool thing, suddenly now it's not just the thought of a Wendigo or the thought of a Michael Myers type or the thought of, like, maybe even some, because it is a big forest, maybe some weird, what if we find out, yeah, we've been here 3 years, but we never have quite ventured far enough into the backyard. If you go back a little further than our eye line does, you come to find some weird shack of like inbred family with crossbows and shit who are just like all fucking each other and fighting and all deformed.
That's definitely what's going on back there.
Right?
There's smoke there a few weeks ago.
What if it's wrong turn,
They were
right?
burning the bodies.
What if, for all we know, right now, Jeremy Sisto, Elijah Dushku, Emmanuel Shrieky, and most importantly, Desmond Harrington, what if they're all out there right now dying?
I'm sorry. Did you just say what I think you just said?
Did I just say Brian Joseph Quinn? Not Brian Joseph Quinn. That's the other guy. Did I just say Detective Joseph Quinn
Alex.
is back there? I did.
That's fucking awesome.
But not only do you have all those in the back of your head, all the terrible, frightening things that could just exist within this depth of this tree, right? Within this vast forest, you think, what else could be evil back there? Up until this point, it's just been the thought in your head lingering.
I thought the pool's going to make
seed
it
of
safer
doubt.
feeling.
You thought it would. But then, you add water. Water's very supernatural to begin with. Everyone knows that, right?
I didn't, actually, until now.
All right, what goes into a saltwater pool?
Mermaids.
Salt.
Oh, salt, yeah.
What is used in every demonic connotation ever?
That's
It's
supposed to be
always
totally
salt.
safe.
You make no.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
put
salt
the
circle.
Oh,
this is
fuck.
salt is viciously flowing around like atoms, just bouncing left and right.
I never even thought of that.
It's like a beacon, bringing all thing of energy. And of course, like I said, these day workers, what they do? They dug a pool clearly over the remains of an Indian burial ground.
That music they were playing, I didn't understand what the words were. That's obviously fucking
Exactly.
ancient,
That's why I
ancient
couldn't understand
hexes.
it. It was like Weekend at Bernie's 2 shit.
Yeah.
Then you take into account the fact that, like I said already, now so we have they went down south. They did some demonic stuff. They came back, did some sort of sacrifice, did some sort of curse. Now there's a paranormal entity that is encompassing this pool. It's going to become some B-rate 70s horror movie called The Pool, where we die in the pool.
Yeah, I might not go swimming.
And I think that's a movie. I'm pretty positive. I know there was that movie, Weird Movies with Mark did. Weird Movies with Mark did that one video where there was like that really dumb, it's always a dumb, ugly kid, but it was like a particularly dumb and ugly kid. And he was like some monster. I think it's called The Pit. And it's like some suburban thing where like he's like, I'm going to throw my babysitter in the pit. I'm going to throw my mom's boyfriend in the pit. And like he kept convincing people
I
like,
remember that.
he kept convincing them like, hey, hop in my shopping cart. I'll give you a ride for free. And he just tossed them in the pit. Well, whatever that was, this is kind of something similar, except for it's the pool. And I think once we do go in there, once it's actually officially done, we're just going to be like, swarped away into nothing. Or maybe like a hot tub time machine scenario, which that would be pretty cool.
That I'd be okay with.
That's also paranormal.
Maybe that's what happened.
Maybe.
Maybe this isn't paranormal. Maybe it's just a
That
hot
would make a
time
lot more
machine.
sense, because the whole thing leading us to believe that this pool's infested with ghosts is the fact that suddenly, you go on Amazon, you look up pool balls, you first get misled. Instead of some big, actual thing, you get like little tiny handballs. But you get curious. You see, well, it's called a glide ball. And it comes with these glide discs. And there's all these different colors. And like, well, shit, this could be kind of fun. And you get them.
It was fun for 30 seconds.
And they show up, and they're fun for 30 seconds. Then what happens? Suddenly, you're like, wait, hold on a second. Let me do a tally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, guys, I'm getting 7. There should be 8 here.
Yeah, they came in packs of 4.
Shouldn't there be, guys, shouldn't there be 8? Okay, that's weird. Suddenly, one ball is missing. But you know what? It's nighttime. I'm tossing this stuff around. It happens. It's a dark blue and dark red ball. It's going to disappear into the night sky, right? It's going to get lost like tears in the rain. So what do? I go ahead and I'm like, let me order another pack since I'm down one ball, right? Now I have an extra couple.
Well, hold on. This was last night. We're playing around last night.
Yeah, I established that. Thank you.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that part.
Last night this
But
happened.
we checked everything, though.
We
We checked both
explained that
scares.
too.
No, you didn't.
2 for 2.
You definitely didn't say
That's
that
weird. All right, you're not high right now. You're not following me at all.
You definitely didn't say the skimmer part.
So we throw the balls. We can't find it. We look all over the place. We're scanning. We're searching. We have lights. We're like, that's weird. Where did this ball disappear to? Because I saw it and I threw it into the water. I saw it skip and hit the back wall across from me and stay there. And suddenly it's gone. And it's not in the skimmer. And it's not in the surrounding area. It's no longer in the pool. And it's nowhere to be found. I go to bed. Like I said, I get a couple new ones. I think, all right, I'm down 1. Now I can be up 4. Right? That's plus 3.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
What happens? I go to toss the balls again. Suddenly, I see, that's weird. That ball that disappeared last night is suddenly back, and it's just in a spot I know I looked. Right next to the vent, right next to the drain. I saw it. I looked right there.
I looked there.
I looked. We both looked. It wasn't there.
We both double checked and triple checked.
And suddenly, that spooky ball, it's there again. You're thinking, that's pretty spooky. Is that the end of the story, Alex? I'm shaking. No, I
way
wish it was.
scarier.
It's way scarier. I toss the balls again. Now I have 12. But in the day, I do the tally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. How the hell are we missing another ball?
Which one's missing, Alex? Just out of curiosity.
Oddly enough, you'd be shocked. You'd say, surely it cannot be the dark red, dark blue ball that you lost last night. It's that very same ball. I say, you know what? The ball's obviously cursed. At this point, saying it in a jokingly offhand kind of way. You know, I'm scoffing at the idea of the notion. Instead, what happens now? I leave. I go back inside. 4 hours pass. Again, I'm down on a ball, but hey, whatever. I knew that already. It just happened to happen twice. The city's so nice, they named it twice. And what happens? I go back outside. I go to the pool, and suddenly the pool, which has had motion, is now completely still. It's a different light than I remember leaving it on.
You didn't tell me that part, and the motionless part's even scary. I didn't go outside this time. This is all Alex by
himself. This is all me, by myself. I'm out there alone in the Wendigo forest. Okay? You know what it felt like? I'm going to cry. You know what it felt like? You know what it felt like?
What did it feel like?
You know in Lost Boys when Joel Schumacher was like, gosh, how do I save money? And then he's, I'll do the Spielberg approach. I'll just do a POV shot of vampires flying in, and I'll have actors running away from the camera, and they're scared, and I'll terrify children. It'll be awesome. Okay, that's the feeling of outside. Big open, pavers filled around it, just an open area. The night sky is shining. I'm like, I'm gonna get swooped away, right? There's bats flying overhead as always.
Yeah, there's fucking 2 or 3 bats flying around above us.
2 or 3 bats flying around. Different colored pool lights, perfectly still water. And suddenly I notice in the middle...
And it just doesn't go off. The water shouldn't be fucking still at all.
No, it should just... It's perfectly still water. In a different light, and in the middle of the water, as I'm out there alone by myself, what do I see? The mysterious missing ball is suddenly back in the middle of the pool. This is the part of the spooky, scary story, usually where it's told by like a 6-year-old, and then they're saying, no, Mom, my friend wants to play. And then the mom's like, okay, sure, let me ruffle on this little dum-dum here. I'll play along. And what happens? The ball rolls back. And the mom's terrified. And she goes and tells the dad, but the dad's a trucker on the road. And he doesn't have time for this. And suddenly the next morning, your favorite, the one who's like the sweetheart of the family, their skin's on the outside of their body. It's separate from them on a clothing hanger in their closet. They're dead. Okay, and not dead in like a stabby way. In this scenario, it's death in like... Not the Gorgonites. That's the thing from Small Soldiers. Yeah. What are those things called in Hellraiser?
So close. They sound exactly like
so close to Gorgonite. What is it, though? It's something with an A.
Oh, really? I thought it was a G also.
The point is...
Just call them Gorgonites.
It's one of those things. It's one of those scary, spooky things. Like real demonic stuff, right? The most demonic of the demonic. So that's the kind of scary... That's the kind of scary stuff we're talking about, okay? Where like, wait, hold on a second. How is that ball there? You didn't do that. I know you didn't do it. So I see this ball just floating in the water. What do? Frozen with fear. I'm like, all right, let me do the next horror cliche. Let me pull out my phone. And guys, guess what, guys? Yeah, terrible service outside. That's not new, but it adds to the, hysteria. I call you. Of course, you don't answer.
That's scary enough.
So I'm like, okay, let me do the second horror cliche. Let me call a second time with a slight more panic.
Hey, this one answered, though.
You didn't answer, okay? I show you the ball. Whatever you're like, hey, what's up? Whoa, what the fuck?
Yep.
And you immediately stop. You notice what's going on. I don't even need to explain to you. You know there's a fucking ball in the center of the pool. Then what happens?
Then all of a sudden I'm talking to you, and all of a sudden
then you freeze. Yeah, you entirely freeze, and you freeze in a way where you're slightly looking behind me.
That's terrifying, because your screen just froze. I didn't know what was going on with you.
Yeah, that's the part where then it picks back up and my body's on the ground. You get like a shot of my head and blood, and I'm doing the Lester Berman smile. And then someone picks up the camera. Of course, though, I would have, if there was a killer there, I would have evaded him doing the whole scream for, I'm gay. And I would have gotten out of it. But the call fucks up. The call drops. Suddenly, as I'm feeling the hairs on my neck stand, I'm like, oh, God, I'm tensing up slightly, right? The call drops. What happens? Maya, the goddamn son of a bitch, she just starts barking at the door like a nook, seeing the vampires flying down, violently thrashing at the screen. Like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
Michael, they're coming.
That's what it felt like. I rush back inside. Thank Christ. It's safe.
At least for now.
I retreat to my cave, right? I smoke a little. I calm down.
Forget it happened.
I forget it happened a little bit, I play a game of Valorant. I fuck some people up, right? You saw me like, Alex, we're on like round 3. We're like, Alex, how are you 15-3 right now? I have no idea.
It's just the fear and the adrenaline.
I guess I just coasted off it, right? I go on Madden, I win a Super Bowl. Okay, now it's been like 2 hours. Let me go outside again, right? Let me just check on the pool for a second. Let me see how that robot vacuum is doing. I'm a victim to technology. I go outside. Suddenly, this time you're with me. Suddenly, that's weird. The ball is no longer in the pool. It's not around the pool. It's not in the skimmer of the pool. It's nowhere to be seen.
It's not in the spot we found it either.
Not in the spot we
next to
found
the
it.
vent.
It's just completely gone. And the robot vacuum is also dead in the bottom of the pool. It's no longer giving us a little bit of comfort, just moving around, beeping as it goes around cleaning the pool. No. Now it's dead. Now it's in the middle of the pool. Now it's like, oh, what? You gonna get it? Yeah, you're gonna spend a little time outside. You're gonna retrieve your toy as the killer stalks you and kills you. Robbie gets the bright. Oh, let me go run around the outside. I'll leave you alone here. I'll go over there. I'll jump, run, disappear. Add to the chaos. We retrieve the robot. Okay, we get the vacuum. Suddenly, in the process of retrieving this thing, what do we hear?
This is so creepy.
I hope the microphone picked that up. Absolutely terrifying. Just some screeching, and not you hear it a lot. You hear a lot of noises outside. You hear bats squeak. You hear seemingly coyotes murder turkeys. You hear sheep scream. I don't know. You hear a lot of things out there. You hear just maybe you don't hear anything. Maybe it's all the forest. Just it's
it's just the sounds.
It's like Pennywise, where it's like whatever you're fearful of. But we hear this terrible demonic monster scream
multiple times,
back to back to back to back. First time a little quiet, sometimes a little louder. And I guess it's the mountains and the echoes, but like somehow we have like this, like in some sort of Da Vinci Code movie where or National Treasure, where like, hold on a second, and like the smart guy has to say stop, and everyone's like, what's the idiot's name? Jamie in National Treasure?
Riley.
That fucking schmuck is doing one of his
I know
dumb.
that.
Yeah, so quickly
I mean,
too.
it's so ridiculous.
We'll do National Treasure. Okay, not Da Vinci Code. National Treasure, right? Nick Cage, they're all in some
Benjamin
area.
Gates.
John Voight's over there. Huh?
Benjamin Gates.
Benjamin Gates. That one I did know. Just because how dumb it is. Like, oh, God, what should, what sounds good?
I don't
Benjamin
know her name,
Gates. Diane Kruger.
I know that. I don't know what her character's name
No,
is.
she's playing Diane Kruger.
Okay.
But no, in that movie, it's the scenes where, I guess it's more National Treasure 2. This is more Ed Harris territory and not Sean Bean. So they're all standing there. They're in the room. John Voight's in the corner. Riley's making a joke. Diane Kruger's looking hot as ever. And then Nick Cage is like, hold on, stop.
Hammer time.
No, cutting that out. That was a dumb joke.
No,
not keeping that in there.
That was funny as shit.
That wasn't funny at all. Fine, I'll keep it in there. We'll see, okay? I'll do a straw poll underneath. It's like, that's weird. We only have 1,000 views, but 10,000 people said Robbie's an idiot. That's crazy. Real-time numbers. So that's the point when Nick Cage is like, hold on a second, wait. And he realizes that the whole room's like, they thought it was a room. Turns out that's the puzzle. And he realizes like the way the light's hitting that corner shines into this corner, into this corner. It's like a whole, oh my God, it's mathematical, insanity. That's kind of the moment we were in. Because somehow this house is that same thing. It's like, hold on, wait a second, wait. And you realize that it all converges right to where you're standing to hear every possible, bit of scariness. And it also kind of has like that 2013 Evil Dead vibe going on outside where it's like, am I going to get suspended 4 different ways to a tree and have something be everyone's worst nightmare to me? It's possible.
Yeah, the amount of times I thought of Wendigos or just the vines coming up my ass is
I know, man.
a million times.
Yeah, man. Well, that's probably not that fearful for you, that last part. That's probably
That's
pretty
true,
fine for you.
that's
That one
true.
you've been preparing for
Just a
30 years.
Regular
yeah.
day.
Yeah, man. You're like, definitely, yeah, dude. What's a vine to my ass after like a dragon cock,
Yeah, exactly. It's not scary, actually.
For you, not at all. For me, I'd be petrified. For you, any
For the
day at
average
work.
Joe, it's
Yeah.
terrifying. But
for
not a pro.
For my big brother, that shit is easy. Okay, that's the kind of shit that makes his dad proud. But yeah, so then these scary noises happen. We're already in a scary atmosphere. It's already nighttime, right? What did Shane Black say about the Predator? Make it nighttime. It's scarier. So we're at maximum scary levels.
That shit whose dates won't be scary at all.
Then Robbie decides that he has to, after, I've already done so many different horror tropes in the night. Robbie says, no, let's split up. Robbie says, hold on a second. I have to put the skimmer back in the garage. Let me go the long way. Instead of just me leaning it against the house, let me go walk outside the long road home and see if I get yanked.
Yeah, I guess in retrospect, I probably could just left that out there.
You probably could have left it out there. You were insane. It was valiant but stupid. And the crazy thing about you gallivanting around, willy-nilly when we're clearly in the hellmouth and you just decide to walk out into the abyss. Okay? The scariest part, one, I took my eyes off of you. Okay? For all I know, we're in a thing scenario. Actually, I was wrong with the whole Michael Myers prediction, and you're not even you. And the scary thing for you is I'm not even me. Of course, though, even though the thing could assimilate perfectly, how could it have my sing-song flow on this podcast so seamlessly?
That's a good point.
The problem, though,
Also, it has your tattoo.
Any
I
idiot-
know you.
any fucking idiot, any idiot organism could so clearly just sit there and laugh like you do. So how the hell am I going to know you're the real you?
That's actually.
But thankfully, you know what? Exactly. Thankfully, now you're going to have a coughing fit. But thankfully, you did have that terrible joke earlier that I left in there for everyone to know how terrible it was.
Oh, that's true. You know what it is.
And the
me.
thing, while being some dumb organism life form, would have at least been, had better comedic timing than that.
That's a really good point.
But that's the first scary thing. The second scary thing is, again, think of it in a cinematic way, okay? You guys listening, you're the camera, okay? I'm at the sliding door. I close it. I lock it. That's a frightening thing to do when you're already scared. Locking a door. I've seen horror movies, guys. That's when you die. Remember Scream 4? Remember Jill's mom?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they got into the safety of the house. They closed. Oh, my God, no. They're the only house that has a mail gate on the front of their door. She's dead.
Yeah, I've never seen one of those in my entire life.
I know, because I don't live in fucking San Francisco. Okay, this isn't Full House. No one has those because it's insane. No one has dog doors either. That's also a myth.
Yeah, I've never seen one of those.
But, I close the door, I lock it up, and I'm like, oh, God, safety in my home. Oh, wait, I have to retrieve my idiot brother who decided to walk around willy-nilly, go frolicking into the night. What do? I walk, and I picture cinematically, guys. I go from the sliding door, it locks, we're in a dark room, I walk through the dark, I get my way to the garage door, I gotta open the garage door. If this is a horror movie, what's gonna happen? Either it's a completely different entity, or it's you with like some terrible Tyler Posey smile, Lucy Hale shit, and it's you sitting at the door, and you're just like waiting for me to open it, lifelessly standing there, and either A, you then kill me, B, I just am paralyzed and I suddenly become a part of whatever demon you are, and I go upstairs and we kill our parents or whatever, or the other option is where you actually just lifelessly drop, and it turns out you actually were dead. You got stabbed, and the killer's behind you. And Maya is just sleeping on the ottoman willy-nilly. I gotta stop saying willy-nilly. Maya is just sleeping on the ottoman, with visions of gumdrops in her head.
What do you think was actually gonna happen when you opened the door? Which one
I
was we leaning
I was
towards?
leaning towards your dead body falling.
Because I was scared, and then I acted valiantly, like you said, and
I was
forgot.
petrified. You were petrified.
Kept thinking I can live with
Live that you by my side.
And I didn't get scared until you were in the house, and I realized I was in the garage by myself.
Yeah.
And I thought things were just going to attack me.
Dude, you were about to get... I was going to come outside to, like, coming out basically to, like, I guess that's, like, basically, like, think of when you see, like, in a scavenger outside, like, some dead animals, just, like, the rib cage is there, and the guts are all out, and there's just a big red pile. Is this even human? What is this? What are these remains? What even was this? That's what's going to happen. I'd go outside, your decimated remains would be so just... torn apart. I would have had like 10 seconds of like, what is this mess? I would be like, where's Rob? Oh my God, this is Robbie. That's what I thought might have happened. But, for all I know, we are safe. But then again, it's like maybe if this is a smart ghost or a smart demonic entity, maybe it's going to do the long con.
Just going to steal. It's going to keep bringing the ball back.
Yes.
I don't think I'm going to go swimming in
And
this
suddenly
pool at
the
all.
ball's no longer in the pool. It's like, that's weird. Maybe I missed it when I was looking in the pool, but there's no way I brought it into my room without realizing it. And that's just in the center of my bed. And it's like, I didn't make my bed this morning. And then that's when I could get my throat grabbed and everything else. Which one of us do you think is the whole, I think it's Bathsheba or whatever. Who does Patrick Wilson need to say the name to?
I think it's Bathsheba.
Yeah. Who do you think, which one of us, you think it's you or me? Which one of us will be the one who gets like suddenly yellowing teeth and muck fingernails and like, I think personally I'd be the better like, fuck yourself with a knife and like the blood. I think I'm better at that, okay?
This conversation is really starting to freak me out.
I think I'd be better at that personally, but I think it'd be much more of a shock seeing you be the demonic one cursing everyone, damning everyone to hell. So what do you think is the better alternative for which one of us to be possessed first?
I don't want to think about that, to be honest with you. It's freaking me out a little bit.
You know what? Unfortunately for you, the fact that you admitted to that, now the spirit knows you're vulnerable. You've become, fortunately, Robbie, you're not susceptible to everything, and you will, in fact, wake up tomorrow, and you'll be just, that'll be the thing where like your hair's a little different, and you have like bags under your eyes. No, definitely not that. You have bags under your eyes, and you come downstairs, and you're kind of just like zoning off a lot at you're having your coffee. You're just like, what?
I do have a headache right now. Maybe that's
It's taking over.
maybe that's something bad.
Yeah, you've had back problems, your throat's been closing.
Uh-huh.
Taking you over. Soon you'll be like Jonah. Maybe that's happening tonight. Maybe you'll get Jonah Hill in your bedroom tonight. Oh, any day. It's just a normal day at the rodeo for me.
Shut up.
Maybe the demon will get there and be like, wow, Robbie, you're too good of a fuck. I can't even.
Your ass was just so prepared.
Yeah,
for
I've never
this.
seen anyone take the devil's cock like this. Holy shit, dude. Have you done this before? No, my first time with a demon.
I think we should drain the pool, fill it with concrete.
Yeah.
Just put like a nice garden over there.
Right. But then, again, the spirit would play tricks on us. So the second the concrete's there, you'd have like a slight out-of-body moment where you'd just look at it, you'd space out, and you'd like see your own face in the concrete, like your whole body's scrambled up. You're like, help me. And that'd also be a bad omen. So now we're fucked. Really, the only way to do it now is to
Move.
I don't know, probably cut. One of us has to sacrifice ourselves, of course. But like, so like cut along the tracks north to south across your arms, and then like make a circle of blood and like set the house on fire. And that's the part where the giant demon hand comes out of the ground and smacks and destroys everything and starts to rain blood.
I wish
What
we
would
could
be more
have.
frightening, you think? If it rains blood or it rains frogs?
Probably blood.
I was gonna say, because you mentioned that thing yesterday about the whole guy in a corner tearing apart frogs.
Yeah.
And guys, there's been a lot of frogs in this pool. We saved one.
lot
Was that a
of
mistake? Did we welcome something?
I was saying that all day. Maybe we
Was
should
that
have saved
frog
that
a trickster?
Frog. Yeah.
Was that a demon in itself?
That's the first sign, the trickster frog.
That fucking frog Ezekiel who was just sitting there perched. He was so calm when we rescued him from the skimmer. He was like, "Oh shit."
You fools.
It's literally the whole damn. It's no good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah.
That was a trick. We fell for it. We were conned by a frog.
Yeah, we went to go find the pool in the pool. We went to find the ball in the skimmer. The frog was just spinning in circles. Like we can't let this frog-
counterclockwise against the current.
I didn't even realize that. You don't do this. Everything about this is a mistake.
And you know what? Come to think of it, we saw 6 frogs. Okay, on the 6th month, on the 6th day. That's not scary.
I know. This all kind of started off as a little tongue in cheek, kind of like that's spooky, but
But
it's
now
funny.
we're 30 minutes into
now I'm
the mystery,
terrified.
and now it's the scariest thing of all time. Now it's way past spooky, scary skeletons.
Remember that other thing we talked about a couple of days ago that was really scary?
What?
The one with the guy.
The one with the guy.
That was a
Oh,
hint.
yeah,
That was a
yeah,
hint.
yeah.
This is way scarier.
That was a good hint. Wow.
Thank you.
That's very smart. The one with the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. How when I got the idea, when I understood what you were saying, it was like, bing, I got it.
Could I be any more obvious?
But yeah, that's scary. This is adding. Oh, that's them. It's them.
Oh my god! And he died in a pool.
Dude, wait, what does he say?
Holy
Crazy
shit,
man
that
goes.
was his ghost!
Crazy man swims around or whatever. Whirl, whirl, whirl. Swirl, swirl, swirl.
He says something like that.
It was a
honestly,
demonic incantation.
It's a little less scary when you realize it's him because he invented sarcasm.
Exactly true. The Godfather of sarcasm is only coming here to bestow his knowledge upon us. That'd be good. Do you think him and Norm are chopping it up nowadays? Or do you think Norm still thinks he's a prick?
Probably that.
I think so too. No, guys. In heaven, everyone loves everybody. It doesn't sound like heaven to me. That sounds like commie gobbly goobly glop. And this goes back to the thing that comes up in a lot of our spooky themed episodes. What if the demon is like, looking at us right now, and it's thinking, well, maybe I have a little bit of a Blair Witch opportunity on my hands. Maybe I let them record this. Then after the recording, then I kill them. So what if I hit record? Because someone's going to find the SD disc and be like, hold on, what is on this? And then they'll listen to this insanity for 35 minutes, and then it passes on like The Rings, where they watch the video, they hear it, then they die.
I'm going upstairs.
Or maybe it'll be like that. What's that? Is this called It Follows? Where they're like, here's a.
Yeah.
Remember when everyone lied to you and said, here's the greatest horror movie ever made called It Follows, and you watch it, and like it's a piece of shit, and it has like one kind of frightening scene when they go to the beach and the girl gets yanked around a little bit on the beach spot because like the first 20 minutes is like, hey guys, here's an average blonde in the back of a cool car in like a parking garage of an abandoned construction site we couldn't get the guy from Bates Motel in Fire Country, that blonde kid from Catch That Kid. We couldn't get Max Theriot, so instead
That's
we
his
had
name?
I
You
think
know
so.
his name?
I think so.
That's
I know
nuts.
it's Max. I'm pretty positive. I might be mispronouncing, but I'm almost certain it's Max Theroit. And like, what if we get that? We couldn't get that guy, so instead they got whoever the hell is actually. Basically, you've never seen It Follows, have you?
No.
Picture, I think Max Thoreau or Max Therrett or whatever his name is. Picture him and what's that guy's name? This guy's name I don't know because it's like the most insane thing of all time where it's like, wait, what do you mean the guy from Scream's name is Skeet Ehrlich, right? It's one of those. What's the guy's name from The Evil Dead, the annoying brother?
I have no idea.
Let's see.
Ethan.
Shiloh Fernandez.
I was close with Ethan.
So Shiloh Fernandez, basically picture him meets the guy from Bates Motel
Okay.
from Fire Country or Fire County.
I think it's Fire Country.
What if we give him long hair and he's jacked? I don't know. Is he still 5'1"? He's just gonna look weirder the more muscle he puts on each season.
Huge now.
But instead of getting him, they got some other blonde guy, and he's the guy who like says, "Yeah, I have to pass this off to you by having sex with you or whatever." And then it follows you because again, this whole thing, everyone's like, "Yes, it's an allegory for STDs."
It's not an allegory if they're actually fucking in the movie.
That's true. Now it's not really. It's just you doing something, and now you're attaching. Now you're just having an STD be a demonic possession.
It's ridiculous.
The movie really does suck. They're like, I don't know. We can have all these cool shots of like, we'll have her running through like a college campus, and we'll have like an old lady following her, but only she sees her. And then we'll have stuff where it's like we'll have a really tall guy in a small room. That part is
That's
pretty
actually
scary.
really scary.
That part actually is
Tall
scary.
people in
'Cause
small rooms.
Sometimes you're too tall. That's scary. That freaks me out.
And you can be too short sometimes.
You can be too short. But sometimes you're super short with like really big hands and really big feet and a big head. A tiny, tiny, teeny little body. Big joints. Tiny body. That's weird.
Maybe it's one of those things you're describing taking the ball outside. Maybe it's just a practical joke.
Maybe a jester. Yes. Maybe it's Hornswoggle. I don't know.
It's Hornswoggle.
Maybe it's the newest like, oh, we'll give it to Hornswoggle moment. Like, how do they wrap up the storyline? Oh, Hornswoggle up to no good. Maybe we'll get one of those moments. But
Wait, what are you talking about?
it follows. Maybe it's like that.
What are you talking about?
It follows.
doesn't matter what you're talking about.
All right. Calm down. Don't use that against your master, okay? I don't know. We also have the scary investment of like, what if we have posters around us right now of people's faces? What, so they can all just suddenly turn and look at me?
Yeah, I've thought about that 1,000 times. Especially when you change the lights down here. I said they're all staring at us.
I'm gonna see Paul Newman and Frank Sinatra both eye me. I'm gonna be dead. I don't know. It is a scary world we're living in.
It got scarier.
And now it's like, is this pool gonna be the death of us? It's been the death of me mentally, waiting for it to be built for 9.5 months.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it aged a couple
And I know
of years.
Tank is the best guy in the business, but eventually it's like, shouldn't I also come to that same epiphany if he's that good? Shouldn't I also immediately grow to love him and appreciate him and not despise, loathe, and hate? I don't know.
You know what happened today when he came in here? He said that the gas line's over. Maybe it was a gas leak, and we're just loosening all this.
That's possible. I thought maybe he came here in the middle of the day and like cut open his right palm with like some ceremonious knife, cut open his palm and held it over the pool, speaking like Abe Dua Dembala, give me the power, I beg of you. Oh my god, maybe it's fucking a doll. We were talking about, little people. Maybe it's a fucking doll attacking us.
That's actually the most likely of all the
Yeah.
scenarios.
Then they can just toss him in the fucking fire. So that'd be fun. Then he comes out melted. What if there's a new toy line when they somehow drip the melted goo into the production? That'd be scary. I don't know. Now I gotta hit record. I gotta be a man. I gotta end the recording. Hope I don't die. Hope I don't immediately have my like eyes ripped out. Maybe it's like a 13 Ghosts. Maybe Tony Shalhoub's gonna show up with Shannon Elizabeth, and suddenly we're gonna have different ghosts like in each different corridor. We're gonna be going through different mazes and puzzles and shit.
I don't like the way that sounds at all.
Yeah, I thought you'd be into the whole Tony Shalhoub for you and Shannon Elizabeth for me.
Not sure why you would think that, but no, I'm not into that.
Because you
at all.
love nice Italian cock. You wanted Tony Shalhoub.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, I'd love to fuck Monk. I'd love to fuck Monk. I'd love to get fucked by Monk. He could fuck me and like put hand sanitizer all over me. That's what you're thinking, right? I saw where your head was going, Robbie. But yeah. Will we ever upload again? Will it be the last one? Will we lose to the pool demon? Or, last case scenario, what I'm actually now crossing my fingers for as if something comes to my mind, what if it's Bryce Dallas Howard, Lady in the Lake, Lady in the Water?
That'd be sick.
I'd be absolutely Bryce Dallas Howard. You're telling me? I'd be thrilled.
Son of a bitch, you moved the cemetery, but you left the bodies, didn't you? You son of a bitch, you left the bodies and you only moved the headstones! You only moved the headstones! Why? Why?
Bye, Chiquita. Bye, little sucker. Bye, little insect. Bye, little fly.
But in the process of doing that, what happens? I don't know.
Yeah, just I'll let you do it again.
That'll be the outro. Just me coughing. I'm like, oh god. And then everyone has to like basically do pin the tail on the donkey. Like, wait, when the hell did Alex go into a coughing fit? Around 20 minutes.